When I study the influences on food choice, why do people eat the way they do? Well, I just had a snack because there's a table over in the corner that has food on it. I ate those foods because they were there. That was the first thing, and because I liked them, and that was okay. We choose food because of religion, because of what we ate in our families, because of what we like, and because of how much they cost, all of those. What we never think about is how the food industry, the makers and the purveyors of those foods, influence our choices. We just don't think about that because we don't see it. So I study how the food industry influences nutrition and therefore our health. And the food industry has an enormous role to play. In the United States alone, they spend that's worldwide figure, $56 billion a year in marketing foods worldwide. That's food products, restaurants, and alcohol.
A lot.
Yeah, almost $60 billion a year. That's a lot. Well, the food industry funds scientific research. Almost any food company or trade association that you can think of will fund research because they can get researchers to do studies to show that their products promote health or are not harmful, or that any evidence that suggests that their products are harmful is so badly flawed that you don't have to pay attention to it. And company after company after company is funding research like this. Some of it is just marketing research, so that the people who grow apples or pomegranates or mangoes or any other, or nut or vegetable, will fund research to show that if you eat those foods, they have antioxidants in them. I could have told them that. That's not science, that's not basic research, that's marketing research. And they're all doing it because it works. So the public will see, if you eat mangoes, you won't have constipation. And the National Mango Board paid for that. And people will say, oh, I should be eating mangoes because it'll solve my problems. Any fruit would solve the problem. Well, I understand that in Chile, most of the scientific research is funded by the government. That's good. No, it's when scientists get into a position where they must have grants to do their work and they can't get anybody to fund it by a food company, that's when they start doing marketing research, not real science. Well, that's the same question. Yes. It's who funds studies. So you need independent funding of research. The only way that I can think of to do that is to require food companies to put a certain percentage of their profits, a very small percentage, it would be a lot of money, into a common pool and have an independent agency administer the distribution of those grant funds. But it would have to be a required amount, because if it's voluntary, then the group that is distributing the money has to keep getting money, and to do that introduces influence. The problem is that people who do research that's paid for by food companies don't realize that they're being influenced. And it's not that they're stupid. There's a huge amount of research literature demonstrating that the recipients of gifts do not recognize how the gift affects them. They didn't intend to be influenced. They weren't selling out. They weren't doing anything bad. They just don't see it. So the first issue is to recognize how influential industry funding is. And the basic observation is that industry-funded research almost invariably comes out with results that favor the sponsor's interest.